first question, what is a dermal filler and how do they work?
So dermal fillers are injections of hyaluronic acid, which is something that our body naturally produces. As we age, we tend to lose hyaluronic acid, and as a result of that, our face or faces tend to start to lose volume and descend. By injecting volume back into the skin, you can essentially take back years and lift up the face. And you can do quite a lot with dermal fillers. You can anchor, you can mould, you can shape, you can lift, and you can create a very natural-looking appearance with dermal fillers.
And are there any dangers involved with dermal fillers?
So with any procedure, there are always complications, but there are also ways of minimising that as well. The dangers of injecting are going outside of the territories of injection, or the areas which we call landmarks or safe zones. You can obviously inject into areas nearby. There are certain structures within the face that we tend to avoid, vessels and depth of injection depth. So you can actually avoid that by sticking to landmarks. So generally speaking, the procedure can be quite safe if it's done properly. And as a training company, our aim really is to make sure that we teach people the landmarks of how to inject safely, how much to be using, where to be using the product, and exactly what product you're using. By ticking all those boxes, you tend to be quite safe in distribution and the look that you tend to achieve with it.
Yeah. And if somebody wanted to get dermal fillers, who provides them and how is the profession regulated?
The industry is not the best regulated at the moment. In terms of getting dermal fillers, Intraline manufacture dermal fillers. They manufacture very natural-looking dermal fillers as well, which have a density enough to create good volume with retaining a natural look. You can get them directly from the company itself, Intraline, and directly through speaking to the manufacturers such as ourselves and the product and the company providers as well. Most of the delegates that train in our companies tend to have access directly to these dermal fillers through our training days. In terms of regulation, people that are trained in dermal fillers receive certification, making sure they can administer them safely. And once they've received their certification and got insured on the dermal filler, they're able to practice independently afterwards.
Brilliant. Are there any medical benefits as opposed to cosmetic benefits?
With dermal fillers, not so much medical. It's more cosmetic. But with some of the other aesthetic treatments that are offered in the industry, some things are actually medical. With neurotoxins, Allergan Botox or other forms of Botox that can be used, they can be used for excessive sweating. They can be used for people that have got bruxism, which means a painful jaw when they bite or grind their teeth. They can also be used for medical reasons, and in fact, back in the day when they were used more oftenly for this purpose, people that have high tone in the muscles, or people that have problems with their bladder, or people that have squints. And all these indications for Botox really were for the eye itself and all the muscular structures in the area which cause excessive movement. So Botox will work by relaxing that movement and therefore minimizing the tension in the muscle.
Brilliant. And why are they becoming more common for cosmetic reasons, and why are men using them?
So, in this day and age, for many people it's important to look good and to feel good, and people that do look good and feel good often tend to perform better in their day-to-day lives. The industry, and as you quite rightly say, you're seeing a lot more men uptake the treatments. And because it's available, it's minimally invasive. It's quite simple to do in terms of administering the procedure. In terms of safety, it's safe to inject these cosmetic injectables. Lots of the time, these products are actually reversible. They're not permanent, and even when they do occur, you can minimise and top up. The benefit of dermal fillers and Botox above surgical treatments are the fact that it's cheaper to do. And also you can achieve the same results with less interventional operative time. With men in particular, you're seeing a significant increase in the demand because I think men nowadays care more about their appearance and are not afraid to take that next step. Something that was initially seen to be more of a feminine type treatment is now being uptaken a lot more by men. In fact, 25% of our respondents have shown that there's 25% increase in men's use of the Botox and fillers.
Really interesting. What is hyaluronic acid and how does it work and what is the value to the user?
So as I mentioned earlier, hyaluronic acid is the component of dermal fillers. It's something that our body naturally produces, and we can actually replenish that by introducing that inner dermal filler into the skin, which is the deeper component of the skin, to add that volume back.
Brilliant. And last and final question, can you just tell us a little bit more about the research and methodology and how was the sample constructed?
The sample was part of a UK media launch that Intraline conducted into the consumer market research led by a company called Opinion Matters to assess the attitude that people have towards aesthetic treatments within the UK. We had 2,000 people above the age of 25 ask questions about the industry and what they'd like to do or how they see it. And generally speaking, the overall results showed that nearly a third of the UK population would choose to have aesthetic treatments for a change in their career or their job, which underlines really the fact that youthfulness still equates to success in the workplace for many people. Of that population, 1 in 5 women were shown in the UK to request dermal fillers to turn back the clock and maintain a youthful look and retain their beauty. And as we said earlier, lots of men are seeing an increased demand for the products as well. Because of its availability, because of what's being offered these days, we're seeing a lot more people requesting Botox and dermal fillers, and companies such as ours help train practitioners to perform these treatments safely and effectively. And I think it's about getting the awareness out there, and that's what's being seen and received on their end.
Fantastic. Well, yeah, that's me. I'm all done. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you very much.
Brilliant.